What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. On AMD, it's up over 1%. Now, I did give you guys call out, especially for my Patreon members today here on AMD. Now, I've been having really bad luck with AMD. I think I got 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 losing trade on AMD. And that is why I'm not trading AMD. Now, I gave you guys call out today right here, exactly here. And we talked about it before in my last video, how AMD, we got this mini uptrend going on right here. And as long as AMD above 106 to 107, that is bullish and that is a dip buying opportunity. And if you took that call out today right here on AMD, you made a ton of money, 110 calls or whatever you got went over the money, almost 112. And now it's above 107.52. It's above 108 and also looks like just under 111 red line 50 SMA. So I think as long as we hold this uptrend on AMD, we could see a move all the way up to this gap 115.49 and possibly up to even 118. Now this level right here needs to break 111 red line 50 SMA, and then you are going to see this gap getting filled right on top 115.49. Now AMD gets rejected from 111, then watch out for the support down here 108, 107.52, and then this uptrend of 106, and then needs to hold if you are bullish on AMD. Otherwise you could see a lot more selling all the way back down to 100. On Microsoft, it's up 1.5%, and we got the same thing going on Microsoft. We got this mini uptrend, and so far that is holding. And even today on a pullback, 328 right here, before hitting this trend line right here, it's holding, and also now into closing, it's above all the moving averages here on this daily chart, and that is looking bullish in the short term. Now, expected move for the week on Microsoft, I think it's $7, and I'm going to show you guys in a second. And now today, getting up to almost 335, then we saw that pullback, but now it's holding above red line 50 SMA 332.68. So I would not be chasing Microsoft here. Yes, this thing can push higher, possibly up to 338, maybe even 339, but I would not be chasing. If there is a pullback, I would say down to around 330. That would be an entry on Microsoft. Otherwise, I'm not chasing this move. And why? Because look at this Bollinger Band on top, not getting fully extended all the way up to 339. So this move can be faded anytime, and we saw a glimpse today. I mean, getting up to almost 335 and then fading, getting down to 333.55 at the closing. So tomorrow, this support right here needs to hold 332.68, and if that gives up, watch down here, guys, around 329.43 to 330. And that is also aligned with this mini uptrend that we got on Microsoft. Now Microsoft can hold right here, then yes, like I said, we could see a little bit more upside up to 338 to 339, but I don't see Microsoft closing this gap this week at 345. We got a short week this week. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow, and I do post a lot of things like expected moves right here. And that is why Microsoft, if you look at my screen, 336, upper level here on this weekly move, and Microsoft getting up to 335 already, and Meta 305 getting up to 301, and Tesla already above upper level 256. Now Nvidia also another one. If you look at my screen, 503, that's the max for this week, and SPY 456, Qs 383, and IWM getting decimated today, guys. 188 and it's below 188 lower level, and that is why you need these levels all the time, and they can work like a magnet like early as tomorrow. Because IWM under 188, yes, we could see a bounce in the short term. So if you don't have these right here, you can take a screenshot and keep it, and then you can watch where the market is going into next few days until Friday. These levels will stay like this, and then the next week we get new ones, and we will know where the market is heading next week also. On Meta, it's up 1.27%. Now, is that bullish in the short term? Yes. But also keep that in mind. We have seen these moves on Meta before, getting over 300, but not holding the next day. So, Meta, we need more confirmation. Meta needs to stay above 300 for another day or two. And then we could see a bigger move here on Meta all the way up to 312 to 316. Now tomorrow, and already down $1. So tomorrow Meta breaks below 300. Watch out for the support down here just below 296 white line 20 SMA, and if that gives up all the way down to 290, and then possibly can go even lower to retest this low down here 276. On Amazon, stock is down 0.62%, and Amazon breaking below this critical level right here. We got that close last week above 138, and now Amazon trading below 138, coming all the way down to 135.82, and just before closing, getting above 136, white line 20 SMA, and holding that as a support into closing. So tomorrow, guys, on Amazon, 136 to 135 right here. 136 white line 20 SMA, 135 orange line 13 SMA. You want to watch 136 to 135 on Amazon, and soon as that gives up, more downside down to 133 and then 130, and we got this small gap down here just below 130. Now to the upside, only way up here on Amazon, getting over 138 and holding 138 as a support. And now, this is looking really crazy for the market. Look at this, guys. Same thing, same setup like Microsoft. Amazon also about to get this Bollinger Band squeeze right here. Upper Bollinger Band not moving higher anymore. It's actually coming down, and lower one and moving higher. So it's going to get that Bollinger Band squeeze, and I think you're going to see another big move here on Amazon. I just don't know if that's going to play out to the upside or to the downside. You just have to wait and find out. On Google stock, we got a flat day on Google. Google getting down to 135, not even touching, 135 completely, and getting that bounce, and now closing over right here, 136.66, holding above all the moving averages here on this daily chart as a support, and holding 136.66 as a support into closing. So between 136.66 and 135, a big level of support on Google. And only if that gives up, watch out for the support down here, 133 and then 132 white line 20 SMA. Above 135, watch out for a move all the way up to 138 to 140. And this Bollinger Band on top now expanding. So I think you're going to see very soon Google stock getting up to at least 138 and possibly even 140. On Apple stock, slightly up in the green today, 0.13%. And Apple stock gapping down in the morning. It was down over 1%. And then look at this move. Just because we got an event coming next week on Apple stock, this thing is unstoppable. Again, rallying back up to the upside, coming back up and almost retesting 190 today and getting rejected, and then getting down to 189.70 and closing right on top of this blue line 5 SMA, 187.76. Now, I've been looking to short Apple stock. I was here on Apple stock riding it back up all the way up to 186. I sold my position last week, and now I'm looking to open a short position on Apple stock, but I need more upside. At least I would say 191 to 193. That is where I want to short Apple stock. Now, It's not gonna be a quick flip where I short and then get out next day. No, if I get a chance to short Apple stock around 191, 193, I would wait for a pullback down to possibly 186, 185 to sell out for a nice profit. So anytime I buy something, I usually buy time. So if you're planning to short Apple, make sure you get some time on your side. Now Apple stock 190 and then the gap above 190.69. So yes, this week we could see Apple stock actually just trading between 187 and 191. So Apple here can break 190. You're going to see Apple closing this gap just above 190 and possibly getting up to 193 only if this thing can hold above 190. On a pullback, watch right here 187.76 and then 186.77, red line 50 SMA as a support, and then 185, 183. On Tesla stock is up 4.69%. Now, this is a massive move here on Tesla today, guys. From down 5% last week, Friday, now it's up 5% almost for the day, almost running up to 260. And why? We got a massive news coming out of China today. Sales are up. And why? Because of those price cuts actually working in China. And that is why Tesla going back up again and now holding above all the moving averages here on this daily chart as a support, and also holding above red line 50 SMA 256. So that is going to be a key level tomorrow to watch on Tesla, 256. And if that gives up, watch out for 252 and then all the way down here at 240. Now I said it in my last video right here that Tesla actually gets down to 240. That's gonna be a big level because we have a white line 20 SMA sitting close to 240, and luckily Tesla did not get all the way down to 240 today. Because of that news, Tesla came up and now above 256, took out the resistance at 252, and now also took out 256, got up to 258, and now trading above 256 at the closing. So Tesla now holding above all these moving averages here on this daily chart, and that is looking bullish in the short term. Tomorrow, Tesla can hold above 256. You're going to see a quick trip up to 262 to even 264. To the downside below 256, watch out for the support 252, and then all the way down here 240. On Netflix is up 2%, and look at this insane move. But finally, this thing was getting overextended, getting over 450. Bollinger Band did not expand all the way up to 450, and then we saw that pullback, and now it's trading below 450. So now, if you want to watch support here on Netflix, watch 443 and then down here 437. And Netflix can break and hold above 450. The next stop, it's going to take some time, but I think above 450, you're going to see this gap getting filled, and that is a big move from here. So I would say wait for that confirmation on Netflix. Let Netflix break 450 and hold right here, some consolidation, and then you could see another $20 worth of upside, and that is around 470 on Netflix. Watch this big support around 443 and then 437, blue line 5 SMA, and just below that we also have support down here 431.60, red line 50 SMA. On Nvidia stock, we got a flat day. Nvidia gapping down over 1%, and look at this recovery on Nvidia, guys. This thing came back up again, holding that previous all-time high. We saw that all-time highs multiple times around 480 to 482, and that is holding into closing. So Nvidia, this support needs to break right here, 482 to 480. Only if that happens, you're going to see a quick trip down to 470 and then 456 on Nvidia stock. Above 482, watch out for the resistance at 489. And soon as that breaks, you're going to see 500 plus on Nvidia. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.